Today on Save Your Health with Audrettas 411, I'm going to try to keep myself under control because I'm going to tell you the 5 things that I was doing that was destroying my chances of losing weight and getting healthy. The reason why I'm so mad is because this is what the industry is doing. They're telling you these things to do and you're doing them, and I did them, and it kept me from losing weight. It kept me from getting healthy. My blood pressure was going up. My cholesterol was getting high. It was over the top. So hopefully you got a pencil and piece of paper. Hopefully you won't be so mad when you get done. Well, hopefully you will get mad and take some action, because this is going to be the 411. Guys, I've lost over 100 pounds and been able to keep it off, but Lord have mercy. If I would have known what I'm gonna tell you right now, I could have saved myself years of frustration. I could have been in my svelte dress for the Save the Arts Award show back in 2010. I could have been in it back in 1996 if I could have told you what I got going on right now. So, number one, the one thing I was doing, well, one of the 5 things that I was doing wrong is I wasn't eating enough. When you don't eat enough, it sends your body into starvation mode, and it actually tells your body to gain weight. This is some kind of self-protective mechanism, but they had everybody going on 1,200 calorie diets, and you just wasn't eating but 2 carrots and some lettuce every once in a while. It was ridiculous. So again, eating too little, it causes your hormones to be out of balance and sends your body into starvation mode, and it tells your body to store and make fat. Now, this is a thing that God built into us. Back in the day, before there was Food Lions and Harris Teeters and Lowe's grocery stores, there actually used to be famines. And you would go 7 years without any food to be available. So what your body would do is, like, if you only ate 700 calories a day, it would literally back your metabolism down to 700 calories a day. Anything over that, you started storing fat for the next famine. So when you eat too little, it actually makes you gain weight. So that's one of the reasons why diets don't work. So number 2, oh my gosh, you're not ready for this one. I wasn't eating enough fat. I went on a fat-free diet. And after 30 days, the only thing that wasn't fat-free in the house was me. The fat-free food has more salt, more sugar, and oh, by the way, you need fat to burn fat. Now, I'm not talking about the triglycerides, the high fructose corn syrups, and all that other stuff that they have out there. I'm talking about good old-fashioned fat, like bacon grease. Yeah, if I would have put some bacon grease in my food, I'd been okay. But you're talking olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil. These are natural oils that you get out of avocados. No wonder that when we went on a diet and we had tuna has vitamin D and it has more oil in it. Vitamin D is a hormone. It's not even actually a vitamin. And your body needs vitamin D as a fat-soluble vitamin. And you need vitamin D, fat to do the fat-free thing. Don't do the fat-free thing. You need vitamin D needs fat in order for it to work in your body. So when you go on a fat-free diet, your vitamin D doesn't work for you. So what does vitamin D do for you? It actually regulates 36 functions in your body. So if you ain't got any fat, that's 36 things less that you got going on a regular basis. So what you need to do, get vitamin D, but make sure you have coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, those natural oils, some good old fat back and lard, okay? You will be a lot better off than this canola oil. And what the heck is a canola anyway? A canola ain't even a plant. So this is some kind of contrived oil that they make up. Don't even use it. So again, fat-free diets don't work because you actually need fat to burn fat. It says iron sharpens iron, fat burns fat. So no more fat-free diets. The other thing I did, now this did help, but it hurt me in the long run too. I went sodium-free, no salt. Well, salt actually has iodine in it. And iodine is a thing you need to help your thyroid function. And if your thyroid ain't functioning, then you get fat. So my iodine was like really low. So now what I do is I add a little bit of iodine sea salt to my smoothies so that I can get the iodine that I need. So you do want to go sodium free. You want it to be less sodium, but get your low sodium V8 juice because that has potassium in it, and potassium helps your body regulate your body water so that you don't get that swollen feeling. You actually can flush like you're supposed to. So again, no fat-free diets, no diets that you don't eat enough, no diets that have you be fat-free, no diets that you don't have any iodine in it. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what was keeping me fat. And last but not least, I was counting calories. Let me tell you, now I am really good at math, but when it came to the calories, I wasn't counting them correctly. And I'm gonna tell you, I shouldn't have been counting calories at all. I'm gonna tell you what I should have been counting in a minute. So here's the deal. The jar of peanut butter says 3 spoons, 90 calories. I will put 3 spoons on the bread, 2 spoons in my mouth. So guess what calories I counted? You're right, I only counted the 3 spoons that went on the bread. I ain't count the 3 spoons, 2 spoons I put in my mouth. But guess how many calories the scale counted? All of them. So I was terrible at counting calories. What I should have been counting was fiber. If you get 25 to 40 grams of fiber a day, it levels your blood sugar, then you won't be as hungry and you won't eat as much. So I should have been counting fiber. I didn't count any protein. I had a personal trainer tell me if I got 100 grams of protein in a day, that would level my body out. They don't tell you to count protein. They don't tell you to count fiber. They don't tell you to count how much water to drink. I was just drinking water, tea, anything at random. When I started drinking half my weight in water a day, I started losing weight. My skin started looking younger. I look better now than I did when I was in my 20s. One day I'll tell you how old I really am. Okay, I'm letting my gray hair show so the young guys will quit pushing up on me, but that's another story. But again, the things that I was doing, that I was following what everybody said, count calories, cut fat. Oh, how about going sugar-free? Oh yeah, if you want to be beastie, go ahead and just not eat another piece of sugar. And before you go on these no-carb diets, please tell all your friends so they can be prepared, because you are just a pain in the butt to be around when you ain't had some cornbread. I'm just saying. So here's the deal. Sugar-free, when you drink diet sodas, there's fake sugar in there. Your mouth tastes sweet, but your brain knows that you ain't had no sugar. So what does it do? That feeds the beast. It makes you want sugar even more. So if you mess around and have an Oreo cookie, the next thing you know, you done ate the whole sleeve. So what you don't want to do is to build that beast up in you. You want to feed the beast one, say, you know what? I'm gonna have me an Oreo cookie, but I'm just gonna have one. But as soon as you say, I ain't gonna have none, then the next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you eating a half a gallon of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and you're going wondering what happened. If it was ice cream in the house, if I said, I'm not gonna have no ice cream, any ice cream in the house, I was up, it kept me up all night, it was calling my name. So what you do is to say, you know what, I'm gonna have a half a cup of ice cream once a week or twice a week. But again, as soon as you say, I'm gonna go on this restrictive diet, so that would be the last thing I'm gonna tell you guys, do not restrict yourself. If you would do things 80% of the time, you would be 100% better than most of the people that are out there dieting. So I do the 80-20 rule, because I know in my life, a little cheesecake is gonna happen, you know? And I know in my life that grandma's gonna turn 98. And I don't wanna be on a diet saying I can't eat ice cream and cake with grandma. So a couple weeks before, I just cut it back so I can eat cake with that grandma. So for me, Audrettas 411, there's no surprise overeating occasions. Thanksgiving is the 3rd week in November every year. So what do? Detox, clean out, cut back, work out in September, lose 7 to 10 pounds. So I have a little wiggle room. And then my digestive tract is on track. It ain't all bloated and full and stuffed, and then I'm gonna add 10 more potatoes into that 5-pound sack. It's a problem. So guys, take a look at it. No starvation diets, no diets that are fat-free, no diets that say you can't have no sugar, because if you do that, you're gonna build up that beast, and you're just gonna go crazy and say, forget it. If it take all this to lose weight, I'm gonna be fat. And last but not least, guys, the thing that set me free is when I learned to do 1 or 2 things at a time for 6 to 8 weeks. For couple weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I would cut back on sugar, cut back on, I didn't say eliminate, just cut back. Cut back on sugar, cut back on salt. Then I would do 6 to 8 weeks of cutting back on meat. I would just have a little meat and maybe just a little more, protein shakes instead of meat. Then I would do 3 or 4 weeks, I increased my potassium. So I would pick things that every time I changed something, my body would change with it and I would continue to lose weight. But what we do is everything at once. We get up that Monday morning, we exercise, we eat right, we have carrots and we have some soup, and then we jog 5 more miles, and then there you go. Then you back to gaining weight. Because by Tuesday, you said, forget this, I ain't doing all this to be thin. So this has been your Audrettas 411. Again, you can reach out to me on Facebook at Audrettas 411, and it's been a great time talking with you.